Good evening. Another time to join us. It's the original adventures of Hank the Cowdog. Chapter 8 will begin in just a minute. We're going to finish up with Chapter 7, which once again leads right into Chapter 8. Imagine that. Ooh. Remember last night, Hank realized he was surrounded by the entire clan of coyotes. I noticed that she was trembling. I thought maybe it was just my charm. Then she whispered, "Hank in trouble. Whole family here." Huh? I looked around. She wasn't kidding. The whole dang family had arrived. We were surrounded by ling-limbed, long-fanged, scuffy-tailed, yellow-haired, slack-jawed, hungry-looking coyotes. I was in trouble, fellas, and I had a feeling that a wreck was coming. Chapter 8, Hank runs a bluff. Missy's old man was the chief. His full proper name was Many Rabbit Gut Eat in Full Moon, which in coyote culture was regarded as a beautiful name. Can you imagine a mother saddling an innocent pup up with a name like that? Shows just how backward them coyotes were. Anyway, nobody used his full name except at rituals and war councils, stuff like that. Mostly they just called him Chief Gut or just plain Gut. Gut was an old devil, skinny. You could count every rib he owned on both sides. Looked like a one-way plow with a blanket thrown over the disc. Walked with a limp, packed up his right front leg, which was missing a couple of teeth. Had a long scar down the front of his face. His nose was all beat up, and his left ear looked as though rats had been chewing on it for quite a while. He came limping over to me where I was, and strangely enough had a smile on his face. Made me feel a little bit better at the time anyway. And then he began to talk to me. "Aha! Daughter catch dog. Coyote girl pretty, huh?" "Mighty pretty. Yes, she is." "You like, huh?" He turned the other coyotes. "Dog like girl who drink blood. Think she pretty." They all roared and got a good chuckle out of it. I must have missed the joke. Old Gut turned back to me. "Oh, foolish dog. Foolish to chase coyote girl into canyon. Very, very foolish. You leave ranch. Come here with that big hat and boom boom." Now, I'm doing my best to translate the conversation from coyote dialect, but maybe I ought to pause here to clear up some of the terminology. Big hat was the coyote term for cowboy, and boom boom meant gun. Thought I better get it straight. I mean, you can't expect everybody to be fluent in 3 or 4 or 5 languages. I was, but that was just part of my job. Many things that a top-notch cowdog had to master before he could take over a ranch and run it the way it ought to run. I might also mention that I'm a fair knowledge of the raccoon, possum, and badger dialects. I could bluff my way through chicken and prairie dog. Actually, chicken is pretty simple. Chickens are so dumb, they only have about a half a dozen words in their whole language, and 3 of those words are just different ways of saying help. All right, we got that out of the way. Now, where was I? Old Gut turned foolish dog. Oh yeah, here we go. We've already heard all of that other stuff. Now, in big trouble. You do good job, daughter catch dog. "No catch dog, Dog help, save life, name Hunk, Hunk friend. The old man scowled. Hunk not friend, fight coyote many time away from chicken. He chicken dog. Chicken dog? Now them's fighting words. If Missy hadn't been there to hold me back, I would have wiped the whole clean house and the whole canyon nation of coyotes out of there. Me and old man Gut went nose to nose and we were growling at each other. When I caught some motion out of the corner of my eye, I looked. It was Scraunch. He was crouched low, walking real slow. Hair along his backbone was bristled all the way up to the back of his neck. He had a snarl in his mouth that showed 2 rows of long, white fangs. He was a big dude, tall, brawny, raw-boned, and so ugly a guy could hardly stand to look at him in the face. Kind of throwed a chill in me. Old man Gut backed off. Now what say? Chicken dog, you scared, betcha, huh? I swallered, tried to keep my knees from going out on me. No, I ain't scared. You not scared, Scraunch? You not smart, Scraunch very bad fellow. I glanced at Missy. Tell your brother I don't like the look in his face. She told him. He stopped, and a roar of laughter rose up from all the other coyotes. When they quit yipping and howling, I went on, tell your brother that if he takes one more step, I'm going to use him to sweep up the whole pasture, and when I get done, there won't be a cactus bush left in Ochiltree County. She told him. He grinned and took another step. I tell your brother that I saw that, and I won't forget it. Missy shook her head. Don't talk so big. Make Scraunch mad. Big mouth make big trouble. One of the first rules you learn in security work is an old piece of dog wisdom. Never bite if you can bark. Never bark if you can growl. Never growl if you can talk. Never talk if you can run. In other words, when the odds are against you, the best kind of fight is none at all. That was my strategy, see? The longer I talked, the longer I could stay alive, and who knows, I might just find some way to change Scraunch's mind about tearing me limb for limb, though I didn't have a great deal of hope. He was standing maybe 4 or 5 feet from me. A hush had fallen over the whole tribe, and all eyes were on the 2 of us. He sat down and leered at me, and man, I leered too, brother. There wasn't no ordinary grin. I leered right back at him. Tried to anyway, though I never really perfected a good leer. Then I turned to Missy again. Tell your brother, well, I've changed my mind. If he can mind his manners and act right, we'll forget the whole thing. Missy started to speak, but Scraunch lifted his paw for silence. Not speak through sister, he said in a real deep, rumbling voice. You have talk. You speak, Scraunch. All right, I nodded. You asked for it, you got it. You've really done it this time. I was prepared to forget the whole thing and just let it slide. But by George, if you're going to keep pushing and mouthing off, well, hey, this could get serious. Come on. He didn't move. Come on! Get off your duff and let's settle this thing once and for all. I'm tired of waiting. I mean, I came out here to get you, Scrunch. And oh, I know you thought I was messing around with your sister. That's just what I wanted you to think. It was a trap, Scrunch. You walked right into it. Oh, what a dumb brute you are. I didn't think you'd actually fall for it. I never dreamed it would be this easy. All these months I've been waiting to even the score between us. I never dreamed I could just walk here into the canyon and you'd come to me. Speaking of silence, them coyotes were silent. Guess they couldn't believe what they were hearing. Scrunch glanced at Chief Gut. Gut glanced at Missy, and Missy glanced at me, and I gave her a smile and a wink. Scrunch stood up. So did the hair on the back of his neck. Scrunch kill chicken dog. You think so? You actually think that? I cut loose with a wild laugh. Holy cats, where have you been all your life? You've been in the Bojacks too long, Scrunch. You're so country it hurts. I mean, you're pathetic. I almost feel sorry for you. I took a step toward him. You still don't understand, do you? It still hadn't soaked in through that thick barbarian skull of yours that you walked right into my trap. Holy cow, I can't believe this. Scrunch cut his eyes towards old Gut. Scrunch kill chicken dog. But there was a little less conviction this time. Okay, I marched right up to him until there weren't more than a couple of inches between our noses. If you're bound and determined to go through with this, let's get it on. But first, I want you to do something. I want you to ask yourself this one question. Why would a smart dog walk right into the middle of a bunch of coyotes in their country? Put your little brain to work on that. Scrunch, if you figure it out, you'll know the secret. I'll give you 30 seconds. Nobody moved. There wasn't a sound. Not a whistle. 15 seconds had gone by real slow. I was in the process of checking out the escape routes when an old woman coyote, Scrunch's mother it turned out, broke the circle and came out to him. She whispered something in his ear. No! Scrunch not scared. Scrunch kill chicken dog. The old lady went to whispering again. Then old Chief Gut limped over and joined the conference. It was kind of agitated. They growled and snapped and snarled. Typical coyote family discussion, I imagine. All right, I yelled. Time's up. I'm out of patience. Have you figured out the secret, or shall we start spilling blood? The old lady led Scrunch away. He glared daggers back at me over his shoulder. Old Chief Gut came over and stood in front of me. Not fight today. Rats, I said, and almost fainted with relief. All right, if that's the way you want it, we'll let it slide. But I'm warning you, don't ever let this happen again. Not happen again. Good. I guess we understand each other. We understand. Very good. Now, if you coyotes will just stay where you are, I'll slip out of here and get on my way. I started backing up, and I ran into 3 coyote bucks. Excuse me, boys. If you'll just... Hunk, not understand. Missy came over. Hunk stay. Become coyote warrior. Prove himself many fight. And marry Missy Coyote. Huh? I shot a glance at Chief Gut, who was grinning and bobbing his head.
Yes, very good you stay. Make outlaw. Make warrior.
Make warrior? Well, I always wanted to, but really, I have to, I tried to ease around those 3 coyotes who were blocking my path, and when I moved, they moved. They didn't intend to let me out of there. That's the way it looked anyway.
Stay, not leave. Old coyote tradition. Adopt, brave dog. Make brother.
Brave? Well, I can set you straight on that. See?
Together we kill many chicken, eat cat every day. Oh, howl at the moon. Oh boy.
I didn't know about eating cat. I never, I tried to gain an edge around those 3 bruisers, but they pushed me back.
Dog, not leave.
Yes, sir.
Maybe later, marry, daughter, have many pup. Everybody happy, but scrunch. Too bad, he not understand secret.
There was no chance of getting out of here, so I walked over to the chief. You figured out the secret? He laughed and nodded his head.
Oh yes, very much.
What did you figure out? Gut glanced across his shoulders, brought his mouth right next to my ear.
Secret, too secret to tell.
You got that. All right, you sure did. We had a good laugh, me and old Gut, but I doubt we were laughing about the same thing. So, Hank made it through that scary moment, but he's still stuck in coyote country, and tomorrow night, Chapter 9, Me Just a Worthless Coyote. Thanks for joining in, and as I posted earlier, the original adventures of Hank the Cowdog will be ending on Monday night. Everything will be on YouTube by Monday night. I'll be taking next Tuesday night off and starting a new book next Wednesday night. Hank the Cowdog, The Case of the Vampire Cat. All right? Just for you, Terry and Alicia, but here we go. Thank you to everybody that's working in the medical field, my special friends out in Midland Hospital helping keep the pharmacy running, my many different friends here in Shreveport, Bossier area. Love you guys. You be careful. You stay safe. To all you working in the grocery stores for putting up with crazy people like me, thank you so much for all you're doing. Everyone stay safe. Love one another. Be kind. Good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Chapter 9, Me Just a Worthless Coyote. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.